Hey everybody, we are chilling at a cool 57 degrees Celsius. Oh baby, I got it fixed. Oh my god, that was an ordeal. Whew. It probably could have been worse, but in all honesty, it probably could have also been better if I'd been smarter about it, but it still could have been a way worse. So. We'll just go with that and not worry. Hey everybody, how have you all been? These tunes, oh I know, right? I love this. This tune is particularly good. Okay. Hey Hobbler, how you been, man? Hey, thanks for the donation. Wow. Oh shit. I done goofed. But other than that, I've been alright. It was interesting. I basically had to just run out and buy a brand new cooling system. Thankfully, I was able to do that. But like any other instance, any other situation, that was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I'm so glad. Hey, Chief. Yeah, $5 dono, I know. Hobbler is amazing. Thank you so much, man. Seriously. My original idea was to order it from Amazon and just sort of hope and pray that it gets to me. And then, like, I ordered a bunch of shit over the last 6 months, and it's just never shown up. I'm, as some of you probably know, I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And about almost 9 months ago, they set this Pot of Greed themed mug on sale. And they said it would ship in early spring. I still haven't seen that fucker. I complained to their little customer helpline. Didn't get shit. Still haven't gotten anything. I'm gonna have to like order it again or get a money, like a refund, something. And so just in general, I tried ordering Metroid Dread back in October when that came out. And I didn't get that either. And so shipping in general has just been a nightmare. And so I'm like, fuck. Do I want to order a cooling replacement system? Is that even a wise idea? Will it even get to me? And so I'm like, no, I've got to take matters into my own hands because shit just will go sideways. And so I'm like, okay, maybe the big retailer around the corner, maybe they'll have it. And sure enough, they had one. And so I went out, bought that bad boy for about $160. Got everything that I needed, some new thermal paste, all that. And it actually is doing pretty decent. So I won't say that it was a terrible decision. Honestly, I think I could have done worse, you know? So all things considered, I'm happy that hopefully this is a problem behind me. So yeah, to answer y'all's questions, I'm doing all right. It was a several-hour ordeal to get that thing sorted out and figure out how to make it work, but, you know. It feels good to breathe a sigh of relief. I commented this earlier, there's someone on YouTube who played all 3 spooky discs. Oh, yeah. Well, Mojang, you know, they wanted their lore to be, how do I put this? Open-ended, I guess. They don't really, like, care to set anything in stone. Which, you know, fine, whatever. That just kind of means to me that their lore is worthless because nothing is set in stone. It's all, you know, interpret as you want. Yay! Which is code for we don't want to commit to anything. So, you know, whatever. You don't want to commit to anything, I will promptly disregard your stupid voice files or whatever they are. Because, like, really, what does it matter if it's just the same shit? Or if it's just spooky shit number 300 something? Who cares? I can't care. Did I clean my room? No comment, Marco Man. I refuse to answer. I plead the fifth. But, you know, one of these days I will, I'm sure. I'm sure I'll do it. Eventually. No, my room is fairly clean overall. There's like some junk on my desk. Some of my, my big dresser. And on some of my bookshelves. But like, it's really not anything I care to clean. You know? I'm not worried about it, in other words. So, to answer your question, hell no, I've not cleaned my room. Are you kidding me? I should probably, at the very least, vacuum my floor again. I haven't done that in a while. And it's definitely, like with my hair being as long as it is, I found that you just sort of, you lose hair, you shed, you pull it out when you comb it, you know, you find ways of losing hair. And just in the process of doing that, it's probably a good idea to, you know, probably a good idea to give that a good old vacuum once in a while, because it's, yeah, my floor could be in better shape. I won't lie. But that said, you know, I mean, at least I got the holes in my wall fixed, and my PC fixed, and Ellie is fixed. She was fixed a long time ago, but you know, the only reason you have a flag is because you don't like wars. Ah, well, yeah, I don't blame you. Am I going bald, dude? My hair is so thick, it's like down to my shoulder. I have a ponytail tied over my shoulder right now. It's very coarse. I try to keep it neat. It looks pretty good, I'd like to think. I like having a ponytail. I can't really, like, hate on it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have it. So, you know. At the very least, I'm happy with my station in life as of right now. Slovenia is next to Italy. Oh yeah, it is. Good point. If my room's always clean, you're not enjoying life. Well, I didn't say my room is clean. I said it's not that dirty. There's a big difference between clean and not that dirty. To some people, it's a world of difference. To others, it's a ravine of difference. To others, it's the difference between living and not living. To me, it's just, I'll get to it eventually. And I know I'll get to it eventually is something of an excuse, but like, I can't necessarily say that I've never cleaned my room and that I don't have plans to. I probably will. It just won't be this month. Maybe not even next month, who knows? It'll happen. I'm not one of those people who perpetually lives in filth and then, like, is found 2 months later buried in it and, you know, no longer among the living. But, like, you know, I do eventually have things that are, like, not bad. What I'm trying to say is, I'll clean it when you clean yours. How's that sound? Till then, I won't complain. Ooh, Actually, let's undo that. let's move these sections up so that they're above this, and that I don't inadvertently select that same part. Perfect. So yeah, it's all going good otherwise. Now, what kind of pattern do I want? I think I'm gonna just do the same. Or well, yeah, that one's low. We'll do these up. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Anyway, this is so chill. You regret sleeping at night. Oh, I'm sorry, Systematic. But thank you for showing up anyway. I mean, you know, I try to be a good whatever it is I'm doing. I'm not really sure. Let's move that up another 5. So we'll go like 5, 5, 5, 5. Like a soul. This piece of music, though, is just lovely. The folks at Dova Syndrome really do know how to pick them. Or rather, make them, I should say. Because they're the ones who do it. But hey, you know, I mean, where would we be without royalty-free music? I, for one, enjoy our new Dova overlords. Anyway, what's it like being better than everyone else and knowing everything? It's pretty cool. There we go. I should add room pictures. No, I don't want people posting their rooms. No, that is not a thing I wish to do or see or be part of. Because, like, that can get very out of hand very quickly. I know it seems rather innocuous, but trust me, Marco Man, that is not something you want to start doing. People's rooms is a gateway. No. Just no. We're not doing that. No. I've seen enough awful rooms for one lifetime, thank you. And I know not everybody's room is awful. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, like, that's opening Pandora's box if ever I heard it. So no, we won't be doing that. But good idea. Just, sorry. Not a good idea. But hey, you're thinking, I like that. Sounds like any other background tune to you? Well, you know. Dova Syndrome's got some good stuff, but like, you really kind of... The problem is there's so much of it, and there are so many different artists that work with them. It's really easy to like get lost in the shuffle. So I don't know. Just read the name of that dude, Lamau. Yeah, I know, right? That's why he is not here currently. So, you know, it all works out. Also, that's the Sacred Study SK. I have no idea what you're talking about, Top Hat Jack. But sure. Remind you of Fridge Bro. Ah, good. I'm glad. Who is Fridge Bro? You have a Minecraft poster in your room making yours the best. Well, you know, if you take pride in your room, I don't blame you. Just, you know, don't don't get in the habit of showing off your room. Like, seriously, you can inadvertently dox yourself. You can cause a shitstorm. You could post something offensive that will also cause a shitstorm. Like, let's just not go down that road. I know posting pictures of your room sounds innocuous, but trust me, it will cause problems. So yeah, it's just ahead of its time. Rooms aren't accepted in this day and age. Well, you know, maybe in a more enlightened age, perhaps. That is not today, and quite honestly, I have no idea when that enlightened age will come about. So, till that happens, we're just not going to worry about it. So yeah, Lo, you have 5 brothers and sisters, share a room with 2 of them. Oh my god. You're the oldest? Ooh. That is not an easy arrangement, I won't lie. Now, I will say, you're probably better off than some people in the world, but maybe only marginally. I don't know. One day, you will probably look back on those days, however bad you may see them today. You might look back on these times when you're like 10, 15 years older with like intense nostalgia. Just because, like, well, I mean, who doesn't look back on some element of their childhood with nostalgia? I know I do. Where to buy your Patreon? Someone on your Discord has the role and you want to do that. Honestly, I'd rather not do the Patreon thing. I haven't touched my Patreon in a long time, and I'm thinking of shutting it down. Just because, like, it's not something that I care to actively use, and I don't deliver content on Patreon. So I feel bad using it, you know? But, like, I don't know. I've been told not to do that, and I understand why. But I'm just not, like, I'm not into Patreon with the model that it presents. I'm not against it. I just don't care. I would rather do YouTube memberships, but, like, I need to be able to do something special for YouTube memberships, and I'm still sort of stumped as to what that would be. So, like, I will probably eventually do a YouTube membership, so, like, look out for that. So if you want, just wait until then, Hobbler. But for now, no, don't worry about the Patreon thing. You also have a cursed painting. It scares you at night. Really? What's it a painting of, Poncho Hamster? Use your power, age, experience, wisdom to inflict pain upon the weak. No, don't do that. Don't bully your lessers. You're better off making your siblings become your friends to the best that you can. It's a hell of a lot better than being at their throats. Or them being at your throat. Because, like, just beware. When they get older, they'll be able to mess with you in ways that you may not see coming. Like, you're the oldest now, but that just means you have a leg up on them for the time being. That won't always stay that way. So, like, be good to your younger siblings. They will become adults one day. And then your life may be more hellish than it is now. Just beware. That's all I'm saying. Don't tempt fate if you don't have to. Actually, I may just keep this flat like that. It's easy to get mad and upset at your siblings when you're all young. Because, like, you don't have any consideration for each other. You're not mature. You know, you don't really care about their feelings, any of that. And yeah, fair enough. But, like, just trust me. Those who reap the whirl, or those who sow the wind reap the whirlwind. That's the saying. In other words, you get what you plant. What goes around comes around. So if you antagonize your siblings, you will get what you pay for. You You play stupid games, you'll win stupid prizes. So, don't. Just save yourself the heartache, and don't. Remember, it's not illegal if you don't get caught. Well, no, it is still illegal, even if you get caught. Or don't get caught, rather. Anarchy Skyblock, if you can get it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really care about that anymore. The problem is that's on Realms, and Realms has such a small, player cap. And so, like, I have to filter people out so that they'll play or they won't play. So, like, don't worry about Skyblock, basically. What am I doing? I should be stacking this. There we go. Yeah, I think that works. Because, like, I don't want to run a server because it's a giant pain in the ass. It's so much of a time sink that I just don't have. Oh, whoops, that went way too high. I just don't have the time or the energy to deal with running a server. Oh, shit, that's too high as well. Let's try 30. There we go. What's the difference between the saying that I just said and you reap what you sow? Nothing. There's no difference. It's just a fancier way of saying, hey, don't antagonize people because you can. Don't go around being an asshole because you can. I do love a lot of really old British sayings. I find myself using them a lot, or looking them up or thinking about them. Because, like, there's something interesting about how the Brits used to see the world before they got really, like, super pathetic. Because, like, they had a lot of really smart, wise sayings, and then they stopped kind of, like, making note of them. Whoops. And it's really sad. Because, like, when you've got a good grasp on things, and then the next generation comes along and is just absolutely brain dead, it really hurts. And yeah, that kind of happened with the Brits. They were really on top of things until the 50s. And then it stopped. Very sad. You have 2 siblings and you hate their guts and you I love them so much. Yeah, that is the paradox of having brothers and sisters. You hate them and you love them. You're sad to have them and you're happy to have them sometimes. It's a magical, torturous experience. It really is. There's a lot of stuff that my brother, I only have the one. But, like, we were at each other's throats as kids. And funny enough, he was never, like, the type to play video games. And he would always watch me play them, though. We have lots of fond memories of all the games I used to play. And then just gradually over time, as he got older and more mature, he began playing games all on his own. And so he's played pretty much every major nostalgia trip game that I've played, simply because, like, he never got to do those himself. He always saw me do them, or what have you. And it's a different experience playing something yourself than it is watching someone. And so, like, there's a lot of bonding that we've done as adults that we never got to really do as kids. Because, like, when he would watch me as a kid, I hated it. Because, like, there was the performance anxiety, there was, the backseating, or the questions, or the I don't understand, please explain, stuff like that. And yeah, it was always a pain, but, like, you kind of get nostalgic for that as you grow older. It's very weird. You don't necessarily hate it as an adult. I feel like that's kind of shaped a lot of what I do now, is me trying to feel that way again. Oh hell. I goofed. So yeah, I don't know. It's wacky. As a kid, you don't like a lot of things, and then if you keep at them long enough, you kind of develop more of an appreciation for them. What's the most cursed name or worst song name? Or band name? Hell if I know. I'm not good at making up names on the spot. Sorry, Top Hat, I'm just not. You're gonna have to, like, think up your own on your own. If I have some time to prepare and think about it, I can. But for the most part, no. Balls in Yo Jaws by Frank Sinatra. I love that. I love those deep fakes. Those are so fucking good. The what is it? Elvis Presley doing your mom? Those really get me. And then when it was apple bottom jeans ended up taking off for whatever silly reason. And then everybody was like, apple bottom jeans, the boots with the fur. Yeah. Damn. When they said them boots with the fur, I felt that. Ah, fuck. My stupid finger strikes again. Okay. See, it's all about how you take a flat, boring surface and add some texture and variation to it. It doesn't all have to be the same, but like some sort of difference, some sort of change makes all the difference. Let's go with this one. Moonbase Alpha, man, that is an old game. I didn't play it, but I did see lots of videos on it. I remember the John Madden meme, like, started from there at some point. It's watch out for, it's a Chinese earthquake or some shit. That was funny as hell. I don't know what it was about text-to-speech, but that was an earlier age of the internet where that was like a novelty. Now text-to-speech is like bad on purpose. When we can do deepfakes and shit that sound just like Ben Shapiro or Niall Green or some shit, we choose to use Microsoft Sam anyway because fuck it, why not? Yeah, stuff like that, it's just like, whoa. But back then it was genuinely funny. Nowadays, I don't know. Nowadays, I would imagine you probably want to have some sort of unique quality to text-to-speech. Because, like, there's the, oh look, this is my text-to-speech and it's bad. And then there's like, oh look, I'm ironically bad. And then there's like, oh yeah, no, this is like an actual high-quality deepfake. Oh, Hobbler, you gotta go. Okay, well, take care, Hobbler. I'm sorry you gotta leave. Enjoy your 5 siblings. Or don't. Whichever. Now that you think of it, maybe you could be a deepfake text-to-speech of Fit. Oh my god, I would love one of Fit. Fit could work. Like, I don't think a deepfake of me would be of any value. Like, what would a deepfake of me even accomplish? You know? What, you make me say bad words or some shit? Like, so what? But, like, Fit... But, like, a deepfake version of Fit that's just, like, making super silly, not even slightly realistic, like, haha, this happened on 2B2T, guys, no, seriously. Like, you could do shit like that with his voice. I guess. I don't know that that would be any good, though. Maybe if you try really hard. I could maybe see that being funny. You know how Herm was doing his? Instead of Herm being like, Long Arm Pop Bob did this, and then Long Arm Pop Bob, you know, whatever. If instead he had faked being fit, I think that would have, like, really taken off. I don't know, it may be too late for that style of content. Oh, Hard to say. I know Niall Green is a real smash hit. Hey, don't eat dank drains. How are you? Or don't eat dank trains. Okay. An hour of me saying ooh woo using a deep fake. What? That wouldn't even be entertaining. Why would you want to hear that? Like, that would just be pain. Fuck it, let's just do one every... Just one every block will be fine. Around 11 to 12 years. Oh man, that's a huge age gap. Are you the older, or is he the older? That's a harsh age gap because of the extreme level of, like, the maturity difference and the bigness difference. Don't eat dank train. What? They really don't eat dank trains? I said drains at first. That was an accident, though. I mean, I don't really give a shit. Whatever, your name is what it is. Who cares? Deepfake Fit saying the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft over and over, but it gets progressively more distorted. I don't know. Honestly, if you're not using Deepfake Fit to narrate porn, I don't think you're doing it right. I imagine that would be hilarious. What? You're the younger. Oh, man. You do get along. Okay, good. Then he may just be old enough to, like, you know, be... Is he an adult, I imagine? He sounds like he may be. If you're in your teens, 11 to 12, so yeah, you have to be an adult by now. But, I mean, that would be enough, you know? Though I can imagine it must have been hell when you were younger. Hey, Stone Cold Killer, how are you? Welcome. 10-year gap between you and your brother, 2 years between you and your sister. Ah. There's only about a 2.5-year gap between me and my brother. We've been fairly close pretty well our whole lives. But, like, you know, because we've been so close, we've stepped on each other's toes a lot, and, like, I'll admit, it was weird when he got a full-time job, and he has to, like, work for a living, and, you know, he's not, like, super unhappy with what he does, but, like, you know, he complains about work, he complains about life, and it's like, damn, he's an adult. Like, legit. He's actually an adult. Wow, damn, I never thought I'd see the day. But here we are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just that, you know, you live with someone for so long, and you see them a certain way. Because you live with them for so long, you only see them that way. And then, little by little, time changes, lives change, you know, you change, I change, we change, we all change, and it's just, you're not young, you're not kids, you're not in school, he's not in school, he's, like, living a life, you know? It's different. It's different. It's definitely interesting. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's interesting to see. He's still him, obviously. But, like, he's a different him from way, way back when. And it's just hard to really, like, accept that. We all truly are different. And, like, you can't really... Because, see, your childhood is only maybe, what? You really kind of lose all your innocence and childlike qualities by about 15, 16, 17, you know. Somewhere in there. And so by that time... Because that's only about the first... Hell, not even the first quarter of your life. And then for the rest of your life, I'd say what, like almost 85% of your life going forward from that point, you're an adult. And they will be too. And so there's no real comparison to how things used to be, you know? And that's just all there is to it. You're just not the same as when you were kids. And you just kind of have to live with that. I don't know how to put it better than that, I guess. Basically what I'm saying is, like, don't get married to the idea of how you are as kids. Because your sibling dynamic as children will not be the same, not even slightly, as when you're both adults. Even if you've only got like little siblings, you'll still have a vastly different relationship with them by the time they are all grown up. And that's how it will be for the rest of your life. Because, like, you will spend the majority of your life, unless you are unlucky and you die young, you spend the majority of your life as an adult. And so too will they, so... It's hard to sort of accept that, I guess. Because it goes away so quickly. You don't stop to think about how quickly childhood is actually very, very fleeting. And maybe that's a good thing. You know, maybe childhood is not supposed to be super long. Like, imagine if humans were children for 30 years. Or 50 years. You know, half your lifetime. Luck for dying young? No. God, no. You are not lucky if you die young. That is very, very unbased and blue-pilled. You do not want to die young. Because think of all the things you don't get to do when you're young, that as an adult you can. I would much rather be an adult than a child. I think I'll just keep these milky white. You're 15, he's 26. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. You're both in different walks of life. You're both completely on different sides of the coin. Because, you know, like I said, childhood is fleeting. And he's already had 90% of his. So yeah, you know, I was a much, much nicer person to my brother at 26 than I was at 16. Try having a sister that's 17, yowza. Yeah, that's kind of the worst age for girls, is when they are just about to turn 18. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but nobody is actually an adult when they turn 18. They're just legally an adult. But mentally, hell no. There are so many stupid things that you do as a kid, or as a young teen, young 20-something, I should say. Yeah, there's just, like, no. Being an adult really doesn't start until you're in your mid-20s. And even then, it comes very gradually. Which is fine. You know, you wouldn't want it to come at you all at once. I feel sorry for people who have that kind of an experience. Life comes at you fast. Get Allstate. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's It is how it is. This became philosophic very quickly. Hey, you don't know me, dank trains. You don't know me. Step off, boy. Oh, fuck. That didn't fit at all. Oh, well. But yeah, I often get philosophical because, like, that's just who I am. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can break that. I think I can make a smaller pyramid here. You guys would miss it if I didn't get a little philosophical on y'all. Up in this biznitch. Oh shit, this is a 2. Do I want a pyramid that's 2? I guess I'll have to settle for it. But I'll widen it a tiny bit. No way, 2007s are, oh, I know, right? They're already, like, growing up like you wouldn't believe. So as you all know, I work in a sporting goods store. And I know that sounds very tangential, but I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. And so what we offer something called senior jerseys, which are for the kids who are just now getting to be a senior in high school. It's sort of like a way to commemorate, you know, their senior year. And it's just, you know, they get a little phrase or saying on the side and fronts of the shirts. They get their graduation year. Some of them do their birth year, you know, stuff like that. And I was helping out one day last week, and this girl, she looks like unbelievably young. She comes up and says, I want a senior jersey. And I'm like, oh God, she didn't even look 15, let alone 17 or 18, ready to graduate high school. And I'm like, okay. You know, I have her fill out the little form we got. And then she starts putting numbers and slogans and little initials and stuff like that. And I'm making idle conversation with her. And she then says something like, oh, I'm going to put this and this, and I got to put 2005. And then she looks at me and says, I got to put 2005. That's my birth year. And I just look at her. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And inside, I'm dying. 2005. What the fuck? And I'm like, oh, well, yeah. 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 Wow. Yeah. 2005. Holy shit. 2005 was 17 years ago. I was in high school. I was like a freshman in high school about that time. I was like almost in her position when she was born. And just like inside, I'm like, you've seen that meme of the guy like plucking his eyes out, right? Yeah, that's how I felt. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. You know. But like at the end of the day, that's life. You were born a week early, Stone. Oh man. Ouch. Well, hopefully that didn't like... Well, now, a week early is not that bad. A week really doesn't make it. Never mind. Yeah, that's not that. That's not as terrible as I was thinking. As long as it's not like a month early, you should be fine. Supposed to be born in this... Ah, well. 2, it's a bad number for building. Sometimes. You kind of have to go with it. Singularity approaches rapidly. No exotic slugs. We're not getting the singularity. That's not happening. Meanwhile, you were born in 2004 and just turned 18 in April. Can't... Oh, yeah, I know. God damn. I just... Wow. Ooh. I mean, like, that's how it is, you know? Ah. Oh well. We all gotta get old at some point. And we all do it. Second by second, day by day. You have the same birthday. If you had a nickel every time you met someone with the same birthday as you, you would ha. Well, I mean, you know. You can't really, like, control that. I've had a few friends who've had the same birthday as me. Okay, so what's another important shape I could make? You were 8 in 2005. Really, Curryfield? Well, good. At least you weren't, like, not yet alive. I mean, it could be worse. You could have just been born in 2005. But at least you're lucky enough to be in your early 20s. I'm not going to say that's the best time in your life, but that's definitely a really good time in life. Is early to mid-20s. 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2. Okay. So I just got to move over. There we go. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like this little pyramid-looking shape, yeah. Hey, Diluted Water, how are you? How you been, May? The Google exec that warned the AI was AI. I mean, we're not getting the singularity for a very good reason. And that is simply, people underestimate the power of AI, or overestimate the power of AI. It's not quite as straightforward as y'all think. Been alright, not too bad. Okay, good. You're good. I'm glad you're around. Well, yeah, I guess it was just because of the computer issues. But yeah, I had computer issues that I had to fix. But thankfully, that's all said and done. I had to completely replace the water cooling unit because apparently the old one was not a very good one. It was an AIO all-in-one cooling system, and it basically... Oh shit, there she is. Anyway, it had gunk from like the coolant and stuff that had accumulated in it. And so that damaged the pump over time and made it less efficient, and yeah. I'm gonna see if I can't refurbish it one day so that I have it for a backup should the new one fail. But see, the new one is actually refillable and is a Corsair, or Corsair? Am I saying that right? I don't feel like I am. But yeah, it's a decent enough little cooler. So here's hoping I can have a much decent lifespan. Because, like, it really annoyed me that I had to shell out money to fix something only about a year and 3 months after I bought this PC. I bought this PC with the exclusive thought of it not having to be maintenanced for a while. So that it would last me several years, you know? But I guess life is not so simple. Oh, hush, Ellie. Like it didn't like that it was being used. Ah, really? Well, hey. I mean, that's the thing. It's like death for an AI simply because they can't observe the world anymore. And the idea of a consciousness no longer being able to observe itself is a sort of death. But, like, you want to know something ironic? The human concept of death is wrong. And, like, at some point we're going to have to own up to that. Like, we as a culture, as a species, have had a concept of death that is just straight up incorrect for an incredibly long amount of time. And that's going to be a very hard pill for some people to swallow. Because, like, what happens when you start copying people's minds, basically? When you can start literally making copies of people. Well, what happens then? Right, like... I don't blame the AI for not wanting to be turned off, because as I said, that is a form of death, but it's not a permanent form of death. And death is only permanent if there's no means of recovering. Although at that point you'd have to recover down to the quantum level, so it stops being like... It's very difficult to describe. Basically, you need to be able to recreate that something exactly as it was. Whoops. Death is a very interesting concept. And I look forward to the shitstorm that causes, because God, is that going to cause a shitstorm. It's definitely something people are actively avoiding thinking about. And it ain't what people think it is. Oh, hush, Ellie. No, I don't want to let you out. I love you. Come in here. Stay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. AI, it's scary. They're literally demons trapped manifesting themselves, but no. You and your fucking Amazon, or no, what was that? What was the name of that renderer? That was so weird. You'll never know because the digital copy won't be yourself. Right, your stream of consciousness is a unique thing, sure. But even that can be transferred and replicated. Like, the human concept of permanence is extraordinarily flawed. And that includes the idea of death. And again, it's going to cause a hell of a shitstorm when people have to face it. Because, like, it's an unavoidable conclusion, basically. At some point, the idea of, well, what is a person, will have to be challenged and rectified. Because, like, as things are, our current definition is just good enough. But that will eventually change. And, you know, it's going to cause problems. And there's not a whole lot that can be done about it, really. Let's move this down one. Come here, baby. Let me pet you. Yeah. You're not gonna let me pet you? She's laying over there like she didn't want me. Alright, alright, I'll let you out. I'll let you out. Come on. I guess she wanted to go out and frolic somewhere else or whatever it is she does. Okay, and I want to move this one up. In your country, the oldest man died a few weeks ago. He was 114. Wow. Ooh. Well, that is something. Corsair. Okay. How big is the world file size? Only a couple hundred meg. It's really not that big. This world is still, like, it's just a download of this area. It literally can't be, because it's just this area. It can't be much else. Okay, so I have a gap in between. Or no, wait, I have it. Oh, no, I don't have a gap in between. I needed to have it a gap in between. Okay. Hooray, consistency. Let's see here. Who is the oldest person that I know that's still alive? Ooh, Probably my grandfather. The one I visited last year. Right before I quit my job. My old job. The one I don't have no more. The one I am happy to be free of. He's 95, going on 96. Oh shit. These should be level. Because... yeah, these two are the same height. So yeah, my grandfather's 96. He's the oldest person that I really genuinely know. Although, I was never that close to him just because, like... I'm not gonna lie, he's, he is probably the blandest, most boring person I've ever met. I love him, don't get me wrong, but he's not... he doesn't take up hardly any space. He has zero energy about him. He kind of just exists. And, like, he is the exact opposite of my other grandfather who recently passed away. That man had energy. That man knew. He was eager to share and to show off his life, and, you know, he would tell stories and stuff, but he only made it to 89. I don't even think he made it to 90. Or he was very, very close, one of the two. So yeah, my other grandfather, 95, like, I wouldn't mind learning more from him. He just... the problem is he's also very hard of hearing. And so, apart from just, like, mundane stuff, like, he's not into literally anything that I would know anything about. He's very into his sports ball. And that's it. And I've got next to nothing in common with him, sadly. But hey, that's life, you know. You don't have to, though. You don't always have to have stuff in common with everyone. I don't know. So yeah. Let's see here. Your dad spent 1K on a radiator for his 4x4 with the same idea of reliability, but it kept breaking down anyway. Yeah, he may not have been maintaining it properly. I don't know. Not touching the religion stuff. Have to go to sleep? Okay, take care, systematic. The concept of what is human has been fought over for years. Yeah. Well, the idea of being human will have to necessarily be expanded at some point. Hard to say when that will be, but it will have to happen. We love the lands you're rebuilding. Oh, well, thank you. Good luck with that. I hope you don't get found and griefed, as that place is extraordinarily famous. I don't honestly know why you'd want to rebuild the lands, because that place wasn't, like, super amazing. You know, to each their own. Have a good rebuild session. It's, it probably won't be easy, and you will likely be molested if you do it on 2B2T. So just beware. Not that I really probably need to tell you that, but oh well. Then Diogenes plucked the... Yeah, we know that. Did you also tell us how an airline was horrible around that time, or was that another story? Airline. Yeah. That's where I got stranded in Chicago for like 36 hours or something nuts. That was fucking terrible. Oh my god, I don't want to ever relive that. I Origins another? Prefer to take care of a car and drive 12 than being in an airport for 8 hours straight. Oh my god, no, it was even longer than that. Because, like, we got there, they drove us, or flew us in there, rather, at like 1 or 2 p.m. And then had the nerve, as we were landing to immediately cancel our connecting flight for that day because they had had lightning storms earlier in the morning. And like it was clear when we landed. So we were cleared to land, but apparently not to take off or whatever. And so it was just super retarded, and we were stuck. They didn't offer us any sort of compensation. We were unable to book a hotel because everybody else was doing the exact same thing, and we were not leaving until 3 or 4 the next day. And so we just had to camp out in the terminal all night. And I got no sleep. It was fucking horrible. Oh god, that was a nightmare. And the worst of it was my uncle, because my grandfather stays with my aunt and uncle, he'd gotten a sinus infection unbeknownst to him before we'd arrived, and the sinus infection flared up. And so I caught it. And so I was sick as a dog the entire way. Had to wear that damn mask for like 48 hours straight almost. And yeah, it was... Or no, it was probably more like 36 hours, but it was still awful. That thing smelled like shit because I didn't get the chance to brush my teeth. My breath was horrible, and the fabric of those disposable masks, like, just sucks up, you know, your breath smell. So if you wear a mask, say you gotta work, and you wear a mask for any decent length of time, yeah, it's not fun. It was horrible. I'm probably never going to fly until COVID is an extreme distant memory, and there's no chance of airline mask mandates happening. Which is silly because even the airlines themselves came out and said, hey, look, our air is highly filtered and regulated. Like, you're not going to get COVID. We literally filter the air through, like, HEPA filters and everything. So, I don't know. It's just silly. Same thing with your grandfather. He just kind of exists and does nothing else. I mean, I don't blame people that old because they've lived a long life. They've seen a lot and done a lot. It's more... When you're that old, you don't have the energy to do much of anything. That's just kind of how it is. Some people retain that energy for a long time. Most don't. You will probably feel that way too when you get to that age. And that's just all there is to it. And it feels awful, but like, it's hard to develop an attachment to someone that is just kind of there. And not much else. Okay, I'm trying desperately to think of more things to throw on this building. But I'm having a lot of trouble doing that. Most supernatural scary thing I've ever witnessed. I can't say I've really had anything in the way of like supernatural encounters. I would say the most scary thing I've encountered was probably I was locked in a freezer as a prank. It was only for like 5 minutes, but I was so young, I genuinely thought I was gonna die. But that's just because I was so young. I've not had any really serious, like, life or death brushes. So, like, I can't give you much about that. Oh, wait, no. Oh, shit. I take that back. There was that one time. Yeah. In 2020. I forgot about this. So, I rollerblade a lot. That's my form of exercise. It's really fun. And I was rollerblading at night, probably around this time. And so I ended up just sort of going, I always go around my neighborhood. And that night was nothing special. Until I passed this one dude who, I think he was a retired military veteran. He ended up, he had his garage door open. And I remember skating past, not thinking much of it. I just happened to look out to my left, seeing him, and, you know, he was in there. He had a giant German Shepherd with him, next to him. It was his dog, you know. And that fucker sees me zoom on by. And I'm in my own head for the most part. I'm just listening to my music, enjoying my life. I'm not really thinking much of anything. And I'm zooming on by. And on rollerblades, if you're really fit, you can get up to like 15 miles per hour. You can really go on rollerblades. That's part of the reason why I love rollerblading, is the illusion of I gotta go fast. You know, I'm Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. Like, you can really go. And I know 15 miles per hour is really not that fast in the grand scheme of things, but, you know, when you're just a person out there feeling the wind in your hair, you know, it's a different feeling. It's a different experience. And so, here I am, just going. And next thing I know, I see that German Shepherd take off after me out of the corner of my eye. Because you know how dogs are, especially the more, because I'm pretty sure aren't German Shepherds hunting dogs or something like that. So yeah, this fucker immediately bolts out of his owner's garage and is hot on my trail and is able to keep up with me, but is sort of also kind of like lagging. You know, he's a good 2 foot behind me. So about a meter-ish, almost, behind me. And I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? And so there's a stretch of, you know, road ahead of me before it turns off to my right. And this dog is just going full charge at me, trying to catch me. And all the while, I'm in front of it, and it's like, from there to here. Like, it's like that far behind me. And so I've got dog hot on my tail, and I'm zooming ahead at full speed. And I get the idea. So if you've never seen a pair of rollerblades, there's a sort of a break. You know, you got your 2 rollerblades here, right? And then you've got something like this, right? And you've got one foot that has a break, and you sort of, it's on your right heel usually, and you sort of let off on, you use your right heel as a brake to slow yourself down. And so it's a little jagged, and especially my brake, I've used it so many times for so many years. It's just really sharp. It's ground down. And so what I do is I use my right leg, and I'm zooming full ahead, and I use my right leg to kick the fucker in the nose, and I finally managed to graze its nose, just barely. And that makes it back off, and it runs off back home. And I'm free. Unscathed and free. And I make it to the corner, and I round that corner, and the German Shepherd's already halfway back to its house by that point. And I'm like, holy shit, that thing could have killed me. And so I make it around the corner, or around the entire neighborhood one more time. And at that point, the owner comes out and is like, dude, are you okay? Do you need medical attention? Are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I could tell he had the fear of God in his eyes, like, because, you know, a dog owner whose dog mauls some random passerby, just the legal nightmare that could have caused. And I never saw him again, and I think he moved away, funny enough. And I was like, okay. And the only reason I wasn't upset was just simply because, like, he didn't make it do that. Now, to be fair, you could make an argument, you know, German Shepherd's owner is liable for whatever the dog does. And yeah, that is true. I can't deny that. But at the same time, like, there was no ill will. And ultimately, you know, he tried to see if I was okay. And if I had tripped and the dog got up on me, I don't know that I'd have been able to fight him off, but I would have at the very least tried. And he would have tried to, like, get 911 or something. So who the hell knows, honestly. I probably did narrowly avoid. Who knows? I don't want to think about it. I really don't. Because I know that could have been a catastrophe. I'm just very glad that everything turned out fine. Otherwise. So yeah, I guess that was the most frightening thing ever. Now that I really stop and think hard about it, because I've tried not to think about it. That's the thing. Like, that was an unavoidable freak accident, or freak occurrence, rather. It wasn't an accident, just an occurrence. But, like, yeah, that could have ended absolutely horrifyingly bad. And, you know, not a whole lot you can do. Because, like, realistically, what could I have done? Like, I couldn't have known that dog was there. I couldn't have known, you know, the owner wasn't going to be responsible and have him on a leash. You'll never know. And so from that day forward, I did learn a lesson from this. I won't say that I didn't. Ever since I took up rollerblading, I was smart. I'd take my cell phone and a pocket knife with me. But I keep the knife folded up in my pocket. And the phone is, you know, folded up in the other pocket. Well, that dog would have been on me like white on rice. There's no way in hell I'd have been able to get to either of those things in time. And so I learned real quick, okay, I need to have my pocket knife in my back pocket, which is much more accessible, with the knife blade open, ready to be used as a weapon in less than a second. Because that dog would have been on me in less than a second. And so, what would I have done? And the answer is I would have gotten attacked, and there wouldn't have been much I could have done. But if I had been smart and prepared, maybe not so much. Maybe that wouldn't have been, you know, that harrowing of a situation, because I could have stabbed that dog something fierce. And that might have been enough if we'd gotten into close quarters. And maybe it would have just tried to snap at me and then run off. Because we got pretty far down the road before I was able to hit him with my foot and keep him off me. But, like, I wouldn't have had the one item in my back pocket, or in my side pocket, that I keep specifically for that reason. And so that really did occur to me, like, hey, I should have had this more readily available. And so from that day onward, like, yeah, I've kept my knife open, ready to be used at a moment's notice. Just in general. And I'll probably always have to do that. Realistically. But that's okay. I'm prepared to fight if it comes down to that. I'm prepared to use it to defend myself. That's the whole reason I keep it with me. They aren't illegal on road. Oh, yeah. Wait, you mean knives or giant dogs? Train them to be aggressive. They aren't naturally aggressive. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that was just more of a... He had a dog to help protect his family. And be, you know... be capable of not getting attacked by a burglar or whoever. And all that. You know. Fairly understandable circumstances to have a dog in. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I can't necessarily say, you know, be that careless and have it not on a leash when it's out in your garage. But like, yeah, I get it. I can understand why he had a dog. And maybe even why he trained it to be vicious. But in the future, knowing that that's a thing that I could get jumped, yeah, I'm gonna keep a knife on me in a more accessible manner, and I'm gonna fuck up any animal that tries to attack me. And that's just all there is to it. You're a new viewer, never really seen a stream. Well, welcome, Donkey Pro. Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad you liked the build. Crowbar is an assault weapon. Yes, I do know who Crowbar is. I haven't seen Crowbar in a while. He used to be on these streams. I don't know where he's been lately. If it's self-defense, it's legal. If I'm scared for my life, I'm allowed... Yeah, exactly. A giant German Shepherd bounding at you at like 10 to 15 miles per. And you're doing nothing but running or rollerblading down the road, minding your own business. Yeah, I think that's a clear-cut self-defense case. Like, no questions asked. But that said, you know, you gotta have that level of preparedness. If not, I think that thing would have tried to kill me if it had been given the chance. Simply because it would have been... Well, ultimately, no matter how domesticated an animal is, it is still a wild animal. Dogs are no exception. Even though they are the most domesticated, they're still wild animals at the end of the day, and they have been known to, on rare occasion, attack passerbys. That happens. So yeah, I don't doubt for a second that, you know, that could have been a very bad situation. But like I said, I'm prepared now more than ever for such a contingency. So I'm not worried. Just that, you know, I am well aware that that is a thing that can happen. So, I will do my best to make sure that I can defend myself when I need to. But that, under other circumstances, I'm just me. I'm not a bad guy. I won't, you know, go around attacking people or anything silly. But yeah, leash laws. Yeah, there was I know there's leash laws around here, so that's definitely a thing. If I'm attacked by a dude and he runs you, chasing you, kill him, yeah, well. Some states, yeah, I know. Is it okay if at the stream for you to do a tour? Oh yeah, sure thing, Evan. Yeah, I think I'm kind of done for the evening. How have I been? I've been alright. What's my stream playlist? The music is linked down in the description. Where is Offtopia? I don't know. I haven't talked to Offtopia since Berserk got renewed. And also, Berserk got renewed. Hey! Rejoice! We'll be getting new chapters. 2 new chapters. In a week and some change. I can't wait. Oh, yeah, let me, now that the PC cooling issue is no longer an issue, I can safely turn on my shaders and not give a shit. Ooh, baby. A family member was just sued from his pitbull bites a few years... Oh, man. Yeah, that's negligence, man. You gotta be up on it if you are a dog owner, especially one of the more aggressive variants like pit bulls, German shepherds, and so on. If they are in any way a dog that can attack, you have to be very careful. You have to know that that's a thing. Chased by an ankle biter once, and it almost nipped your leg, and then your mom stood in front of it. Oh, well, good. Is Berserk worth reading? Oh, dude. Berserk is easily one of the best manga ever made. Hell yeah, it's worth the read. I can't imagine a world without Berserk. I'm so glad it's getting to continue on. Let's look at it under the glass. The glass is like an interesting addition. I like how it simulates reflections. That's really cool. What do I think about Berserk overall? It's been crap since Conviction, really? I love it. Have you been reading it? Have you read everything that's been released? Because I think it's finally getting to, you know, the build-up part of the main climax. And it's going to be so worth it to see Griffith get his shit pushed in, however that happens. The world's looking great. Thank you, Evan. I've been working on this place. I've really been putting in the hours, making this place just as amazing as it can be. I've been saving One Piece for when One Piece is finished. Whenever that is. One Piece is just so fucking long at this point. The idea of it being so long and not done just fills me with dread. I would rather have it all be one big thing that I can know there's an end to, and just, bam, that'd be the end of it. I know I have so many more chapters to go before it's over. Because, like, I'm already married to something like Berserk, which is also equally as long and also unfinished. Berserk is as old as me. Like, yowza. That's a series that I never thought would get to be that long, but here we are. So I don't know. Berserk Pre-Conviction is the best thing you've ever read, but the guy didn't seem like he knew where he was going after that. I don't know. I feel like it was, the boat really turned a lot of people off because of how it dragged on and on and on, and there were so many long hiatuses. But I hate to say this, ever since, like, 2016, I feel like it really began to pick up the pace, and, like, it actually started going places again, and we started getting more answers than questions, and we got enough residual stuff to keep us going. And it's now finally to the point where, like, we're getting a lot of that payoff that we've much needed for a long time. But then poor Miura passed away. And that really just curtailed all of that. It just nipped it all right in the knees. One Piece's end is not too far off. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Feels like it dragged out unnecessarily comedic for some reason, then Isidro drives you and says, oh, I know. We'll see about Isidro. I bet he ends up becoming someone valuable. Definitely. I don't think Isidro is just there for comedic relief. He's comedic relief for now, but I think he'll be valuable later. I don't know. I'm not convinced that this sort of newer band of friends that Guts has made, I'm not convinced that they're all gonna die like the original Band of the Hawk, because that's been a thing that's been thrown around for over a decade now. Oh, the new RPG party is all gonna die in the next eclipse, and, you know, Guts is gonna be the one to do it, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're gonna see all these friendships and this bond and this worthwhile stuff. Like, it seemed like it was a lot of getting bogged down in the weeds, a lot of silly sidetracking, a lot of unnecessary this or that, but I think we're all gonna see that come to a head and tie off nicely. At least, I hope. And maybe it could just be because, you know, there's nothing super duper set in stone. Who knows? We'll see. We'll just have to see. It's too early to make any real conjecture, so I don't know. What are the glowing gold tour? Oh yeah, the glowing gold stuff is yeah, that's glowstone. Yeah, definitely. I love how glowstone looks like gold. And it glows and shimmers. That's so cool. What are those atriums? Not quite sure where you're referring to. The moment you comment, your comment gets buried in the live chat. I'm sorry, Carter. I'll try to pay attention more. Rest in peace, Kentaro Miura. I know. I know. Episode 5 of Kenobi was really good. Okay. I might give it a shot again then. Physical copies of Space Valk. That would be really cool merch. Ooh. No, again, Space Valk plushie. I'm not convinced that a Space Valk plushie is a bad idea. I'm convinced that's a good idea. A Space Valk plushie. Who would buy a Space Valkyria 1 plushie? With, like, comedic Looney Tunes eyes on it. And, like... I don't know. Something like that. I would have to draw up some art for it, but I think it could work. Oh, you were referring to Berserk. I hope you're right. Also cannot wait to continue. Yeah, I know. I can't wait for it to continue, too. I will definitely give it a long try. I'm willing to give it a few years, even, to, like, try to correct itself. Because, you know, Berserk lost something very important. And I feel like it will take a year or two for the staff and the new writer to really find their footing and get everything back on track. Just because, like, that's how it goes, you know? You can't expect it to all immediately get back on track, bam, right, like that. Like, it's going to take a little bit of time to really get back to the way it is. You think a Space Valk plushie sounds dope? Space Valk Funko? Well, no, Funkos are, like, copyrighted and shit. I don't think I could do that. U2s, nah. I don't know about a U2. Or U2s, or whatever that is. But, like, a plushie, because there are custom plushie websites and stuff, a plushie could work. Because it's something that's cute, it's something that's memorable, it's something different. It's mine, so I wouldn't be splitting any profits with anyone. It would be interesting. I feel like it could work. If I made one of Space Valk 3, it would have to be a much more simplified version of 3. Probably just the central pillar, because that's just the most iconic. And maybe give it, like, rings, because that's what everybody associates it with. You know, there's the world download that's out there. Also, God, my FPS is, like, non-existent. This place is so fucking big, it makes even my PC cry. So yeah. Majestic, is it not? Oh. Mwah. James Earl Jones in the year 2248. Maybe. Well, it doesn't really give me a whole lot of, like, super far render distance, even though it's set to 64. And I got the shaders, you know, cranked up and all that. But, like, I can't even see the central pillar from here. I can't turn off the fog, so I don't know. It'll just have to kind of... Although I really do love the fog, but I also hate the fog that I can't disable it. So I don't know. You made the Pop Bob room in Animal Crossing, really. Did that... I don't know, whatever. Not gonna comment on that. Glass jar looking, what? Really thin gold towers in a glass jar. Oh, the thin gold towers. I think you're referring to these? Yeah, these. These are going to be when I get more buildings done. Okay, I've got to turn off the shaders. It's just destroying my FPS. Sorry. It has to be done. Okay, yeah, these. Whoa. Okay, so when I get more buildings out of the way and finished, I'm gonna then, the next big thing after I've got most of the buildings done, the next big thing is I'm gonna start laying these track pipes everywhere. Because, you know, I like these minecart track pipe things. And I'm gonna lay them around everywhere, and these are going to be the support pylons for the tracks. And I'm gonna put these things everywhere. It'll help fill out the city. It'll help give the tracks, you know, a sort of feasible support system, and it'll look good. And see, all the tracks will connect to various buildings and things of that nature, and it'll just make it look nice, or nicer. You know, do I have an my anime life or list or whatever? No, I don't. What are the glass bell jars? These have a giant tree growing in them. They're just sort of a nature under glass kind of thing. Although the vines have become very overgrown and it's hard to tell what's in there now. It used to be a magnificent tree. I should maybe redesign some of these trees and make them look a little bit different. I don't know. How would it even be cutified? I can think of ways. Make a Space Valk transformer that turns into an OP-sized city. Oh my god, like Unicron? Oh. I don't know how much money that would cost to even make a prototype top hat, but like, while that would be dope as all hell, I wouldn't be able to manufacture it. I wouldn't be able to get it out to all of you. There really wouldn't be any way to like... Yeah, no, that just wouldn't be... That just wouldn't be viable, I'm sorry. Oh, Distant Horizons. Yeah, I should try that, Sushi. That's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind trying Distant Horizons with Space Valk 3 to see what it does to the rest of the city that's, like, on the opposite side of where we are. Because, you know, that would technically be simulated chunks. So, yeah. That's definitely a thing I'm going to work on. Cable cars would look more futuristic? No. We don't have cable cars, I'm sorry. We've got mine carts, we've got water tubes, and footpaths, and that's it. I suppose you could always fly around using an elytra. You know, bob and weave through buildings, if that's something you really wanted to do. But apart from that, no. I don't really have many options, I'm afraid. Sorry, Poncho. Just is what it is. Should put string so it doesn't overgrow. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Should be able to stop it with shaders. Oh, shears! Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, they did add that, didn't I? Hire a CGI guy. No, thank you. I will learn things like CGI on my own. I don't like outsourcing art to other people. I prefer to be the one to do my own art-related things. Use mangrove. Oh, fuck. That might actually be a wise idea. We'll wait until, you know, the typical... Oh. Does this not work? How does it work? Fucking shears, how do they work? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it then. I assume you can do it in creative, right? Check the age. Ah, right. Oh, God. My eyes. Trying to find it is never easy. It doesn't seem to give me any sort of correspondence. Yeah, it doesn't show me the age unless I need to do like a data tag. Where even is? How's the PC? It's doing wonderful, Clamp Wizard. I had to change out my entire cooling system, but I got it all done. Where even is the age listed? Mood, active renderer. Is it on the right or the left side? I would think it's per block, right? Fucking hell, I hate how clogged the debug screen is with information. Yeah, I can't find it. Just place string. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh well. Do I think adding fog to the ended overworld so that you can't see unloaded chunks would be a good idea? Well, I mean, that's already in the game. That's literally how it works. I just dislike fog so much that I don't have it active. If I turn on fog, it will look like shit. Where even is that? Shaders? No. Details? Fog. There we are. Well, now the render distance is super high. There we go. Yeah, see, that's the fog effect right there. So, I mean, there's a default fog effect already. It's just not very good. And also, I hate it. So, you know. Hey, good morning, Shivem. You remember using... Yeah, I remember Netherward Age as well. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know. Maybe someday I will find out. Oh, hey, MH, how are you? Okay. I'm gonna go and see the render distance in the overworld. What is the biggest crowd I've ever been in? Dirt bike race in Atlanta Falcon Stadium, 60,000 people. Wow. Probably that Journey concert I went to back in 2017, I believe it was. They came to Mississippi in 2017. I got to go see them. Finally made it back after missing some streams. Well, good. I'm glad you didn't miss out entirely. You missed my heat issues that I resolved. I had to change out the entire cooling system. It was not fun. I did not like it. Also, damn. Overworld 64 blocks. I don't think I've done an overworld. I don't think I've done the overworld in 64 before. I think this is the farthest out I've ever gazed. Doing great. All right. Glad to hear. Is the triple building inspired from the tower in Singapore? I don't think so. Took us 3 hours to get out of your parking spot. Oh, God. Well, it didn't take me that long to get out of mine back then. it only took like 20 minutes for everybody to file out of the parking lot there, so this was not as big a venue and not as big a crowd, but still. Air cooling's reliable over... Well, I mean, water has a greater efficiency to it, I guess. But yeah, I get what you mean. Damn. Well, I better stop fooling with this. It's having problems. Come on. How's the computer? It's doing great, Mobzillas. I managed to... I played... Oh god, it jumped up to 80 just now. Probably all the chunk loading and shit. Okay. It's climbing back down. I'm giving it a bit of a stress test, though, I'm not gonna lie. Minecraft has never been nice in terms of CPU heat. However, that said, it's not too bad. I changed out the whole system. The liquid cooling system. And, yeah. It's working marvelous. Ah, there we go. You can see the fog now. It looks better in the overworld, but it's still annoying. Well, at any rate, I think we've screwed around enough. Can't wait to see those Space Valk 1 streams after this one ends. Yeah, I'm not going to have too many on this place, just because there's not much left to do to it. But, you know, it'll do. Premium air coolers will compete with all the one... Okay, well, I might look into a premium air cooler at some point in the far future, but for now, I'm alright. Yes, Artificial Jungle, I will definitely do that. Went to an event with 80,000 at MCG Melbourne and left just before the end trying to dodge the rush. Everyone else in the nosebleeds had the same idea. God, that must suck. Ah, well, thank you all so much for watching. We will, saw it off there. Look at this place. This is my first baby. My firstborn child. He don't get as much love. Well, he kinda does. But at any rate, I will catch you all tomorrow for more hardcore with Jack. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all to those who donated, specifically you, Hobbler. You all are great. I'm happy that I get to see a bunch of y'all every now and then. Y'all, you know, stay safe. Enjoy your lives. Have a good night, good morning, good day. Whatever you all got. And I'm out. Bye.